Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on issue 3 of Superior Spider-Man. Now, we all know what the first volume of Superior Spider-Man was. It's basically saying, what if Doc Ock was Spider-Man and became a Mary Sue? And the cover has Doc Ock in the dark night sky with a Batman-like symbol. And it starts mainly off where John Jameson and the police force have set up a kind of like spider signal to contact Spider-Man. And Doc Ock says, "Idiots! What in blazes? My spider signal! That was city property! Turned thousands of dollars taxpayers!" And what's interesting, as soon as he starts berating basically Doc Ock, he's quick to point out about the flaws and that, and even John Jameson realizes he might be right, and quickly says that this was a test and that. So pretty much the captain of the police force asks Charlie to have her work with Spider-Man, and even she's starting to kind of think everything's gone topsy-turvy since Peter Parker's changed. And she says, "A lot of that's going around." What? Nothing. And so they pretty much head to the police department lab. And yeah, Charlie basically knows who Peter Parker is. And keep in mind that she doesn't know just as yet about the mind swap. And this is a point where Peter even starts thankfully knowing that Charlie's starting to see the picture. So Doc Ock has to kind of play that he is Peter Parker and basically go after Vulture, which turns out that the nightclub Mary Jane had was one of Vulture's original hideouts, and even starts to remember his days back in the Sinister Six, and even talks with Vulture, saying, "What's the matter, Vulture? Don't want to join Craven and the others on his little hunting party?" And so they pretty much have a talk, and even Vulture points out that he doesn't want to join them as they're too much beneath him, and even asks him what he plans to do once Spider-Man's defeated, and says, "Hopefully I'll pull off that heist," and all that. So pretty much what's interesting is Peter starts to kind of go into Doc Ock's memories and starts to shift. What's interesting is that the sort of miniature vultures are given tokens, game tokens for the arcades and that, and suddenly gets ambushed by Doc Ock, who takes on the kind of vulture-like henchman, and even says, "You young helpless pets, always with the jokes, destroy him!" And so he thinks that they are meant to be midgets, even takes one down, and even learns to his horror that these are young children who are runaways and that. And this causes Doc Ock to relive one of his memories where Peter lives through, and remembers how Doc Ock was abused as a child, with his father saying, "What, boy, think you are made of money? Every light, Otto." And even Peter starts kind of thinking, can he interfere with this memory? Can he kind of help Doc Ock in this? And even Doc Ock is angry and even frustrated at what Vulture's done. And even he points out that, these are runaways, nothing more. And so tries to escape, and even Doc Ock goes after him. And of course, they kind of end up flying high, with Vulture saying that he's going to kill him, and even knows that he's starting to run out of web fluids, and even realizes that since he now has Peter Parker's bad luck, but thankfully, Doc Ock manages to find an environment, and uses a kind of spider bot on the kind of spider signal. Even Charlie goes to investigate after they see that the power's gone out. And just then, uses the spider signal as a light to blind Vulture and even fry him when he throws him into the spider signal. And even Charlie asks the question, why have you done this? Why did you, badly injured him? And so he starts to kind of justify his actions. And even Peter says, actually, Doc, God help her. I think she does. And this is a moment you can tell Charlie starts to kind of think that this isn't Peter, and ending the story. So, issue 3, kind of alright. I think the thing is, it kind of goes into the Vulture story a bit too quick, and really this could have been an interesting issue to kind of carry on for issue 4. So the story deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.